Hey folks, John from Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in the computer business. So today we've got another one of these affordable Pepperball guns. And guys, I got to tell you, this one I'm kind of excited about. And it's not even our most expensive one, but check this thing out. Yeah, guys, so from a Pepperball perspective, you know, the power out of the box on anywhere from the 7 to the 12 joule versions are going to be relatively equal. Now, I mean, of course, you can dial that stuff up on a couple of these guys. And of course, there are mod kits, hint, 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 that will be coming up in a future video that will allow you to juice these things up considerably higher than where they are. But this one is awesome. This is the T4E TR50 by Umarex. And guys, of all of the ones I've got, this one has got my favorite look, and I got to show you this. I haven't even opened the box yet. I've only seen pictures. So let's see it together, shall we? And we're going to do this pretty much exclusively on Stumpy because I really want you to be able to see this as I do. All right, let's crack this box open. By the way, those of you who are out there will notice that I am actually wearing the Byrna. As I mentioned in a previous video, this is my new carry weapon for side. That may change based on what this looks like, but if it's anywhere near as cool as it looked in that picture, guys, I'm just telling you, I honestly don't know what to expect here. So, all right, let's crack this open together. Okay, so we are met with, okay, that picture right there, guys, ought to tell you right off the bat what we're dealing with. That's nasty. Just saying, just saying. All right, so you've got a really good manual. Umarex does it. They give you a real decent manual on how to operate these. And, of course, we've got our do not return it to the store thing. Got to love that. Little piece of bubble foam. And, whoa, guys, check that out. And I truly hope that this camera is doing that justice. Holy cow. That, guys, if that doesn't scream Dirty Harry all over it, I don't know what does. So let's take a look at this. Now, just like the previous Umarex, you're going to have a bottom-fed cartridge system that you will strike in order to puncture the cartridge instead of pulling the trigger. I do kind of like that, and I do kind of not like that. There's kind of pros and cons both directions. But just taking a look at the weapon, as you can see, it is a revolver. And this will, and we're going to go over this all together here. It does have the Picatinny rail on it here to add devices to it. The only thing that spins on this is the actual cylinder itself. To release the cylinder, you press this lever forward and lock it. The cylinder will slide out. Now, this is how you load this. And as I recall looking in the instructions, and I want to look at this real quick, I believe you get, oh my gosh, guys, you get 5. You get 5 of these with each one of the guns, and that's it. That's all there is in the box. But you get 5 cylinders. Now, I have seen mounting rails you can 3D print where you can actually mount your cylinders to the bottom of the weapon right here. It looks a little gaudy to me. But I'm thinking that based on the size of those, if you had a good 44 Magnum, or maybe even, probably 44, you would be able to stack these up inside of it in order to carry them. Could get a little tight though. Now, one thing to remember is you do want to load these from front to back. That is kind of important. And what we're going to be firing today to test these are these 50 caliber steel rubber balls. You guys saw us use these last time on the skull, which, by the way, we got another one to shoot at. I 3D printed a fresh one for us. So we'll get out there in a minute. You do actually have Pepperballs that are available for this. They're hard to find right now, guys. It's around Christmas time, so best of luck with that. I've been doing my best to try to find some myself. But, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to load up one of these cylinders. And I want to show you, if you look at the weapon itself, you've got a little slide rail right there. And if you look on the cylinder, you've actually got that same little slide rail. See how it little protrudes out a little bit? So that is the way the cylinder fits into the weapon. All right, just like that. So when you load, you want to load from front to back. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, get some of our steel balls out. And we're going to press them into place just like that. Guys, I got to tell you, that feels really, really tight. They feel really solid. And, of course, you want a good seal. Otherwise, your round isn't going to go down range quite as quickly or as accurately as you want. Wow, that feels great, guys. All right, so we've got our rounds loaded in here. And I'm going to go ahead. Let's load up a second mag just because I want to see how difficult or how many rounds you can actually get out of one of these cartridges. So, and more importantly, what the velocity is going to be when it gets downrange. So once again, we're loading from front to back. It will be, you know, if you had a bunch of these loaded, it would be pretty simple to swap this if you had to do it on the fly too, which is good. All right. So we've got all of our cylinders loaded up. And we will go ahead and we will take our cylinder, our fully loaded cylinder, and we will press it into the weapon right there. And you want to make sure, if you guys look at this, you can see all the balls have to be flush because this thing fits very, very tight. All right, so down in there and push it into place. Lock the cylinder in place, and now your cylinder is in. Now, in order to change the cartridge on this, it's just like the other one. You unscrew this plug. And by the way, guys, I have read some reviews where this plug has been very, very, very tight the first time you open it. If that is the case, and I just noticed this too, they do include the Allen key inside here with the weapon. So you get the Allen key and 5 mags. All right, so we're going to crank this open. And we're going to drop in one of our C02 cartridges, which I happen to have right here. And remember, guys, when you put this in, it's not the logical way, which would be nose down. It's nose up on this particular weapon. All right? And, of course, you know that why that would be, right? Because you have to be able to puncture it by hitting this. All right, we're going to screw that down, get her tight, and snug. Now, at this point, the weapon is ready to fire. By the way, this does have the dual trigger for the safety, which I do like. Berna, hint, hint, hint. Yeah, I know. I've teased him a lot lately. But, guys, oh my gosh, man, that is brutal. That is awesome. All right, here's what we're going to do. Just like last time, let me restage down into our hallway so we can fire down our hall, and let's take a look and let's see what this thing will actually do. Be right back. Okay, guys, so just like last time, we're about 30 feet from the target. As you can see, we got a new Scully set up down there, which, by the way, yes, you know, we always name our camera Stumpy. That is Scully. So from now on, we're going to call it Scully. And then underneath Scully there, you can see that we actually have a cardboard box set up, and we're going to take a couple shots at that too. So let's just, for giggles, right off the bat, let's take a shot at the box, and let's see what it feels like when we fire it, all right? So right now, we've got our magazine in. It is locked in place. We've got our cartridge in, and this is snug and secure. We're going to take our finger off the trigger, guys. Always off the trigger till you're ready to fire. All right. In order to charge it, you hear that click? All right, so we're going to grab our safety glasses. Everybody teases me about my cool dude glasses. I heard rumors there might actually be some decent safety glasses coming for Christmas for me, so that'd be kind of nice. So, all right, so what we're going to do is let's take a couple shots up there at Scully. What am I hitting? All right, guys, so once again, I don't want any movie magic here. So hold on a second. I want to go get Scully, and let's take a look at this. Now, the box itself, we hit twice right on. Oh, yuck. Okay, so, yeah. So our first shot at Scully, I just want to show you this, guys, and then we're going to do a couple broadsides on him. That's not the round, by the way. That's the hole. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's set this up here sideways so we can get a couple of broad shots at it. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, guys, one thing I'm noticing. It is not as accurate as either the Berna and certainly not as that T4E we did in the last video. It is accurate, but it's not as accurate. So here's what I want to do. We're going to go ahead and let's load up 2 more magazines. I've still got the other one over there, but I want to have 3 total. I want to test a full cartridge on this, and I want to get a fair test, and then we'll give it a shot. Here we go. All right, guys, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to try to fire from a little bit back behind the camera so you guys can get a better view of this. I know it's kind of hard to see way down there with the blinding colors and all that. So what we're going to do is we've got our brand new cartridge in. We've got our brand new magazine in. We're going to charge it. You guys see that? Pop right there. And I'm going to stand back behind the camera here, and we're going to try to get Scully right off the bat. So let me adjust the camera, and let me see. Now you've got a broad side of him, so you should be able to see this pretty clearly. Here we go. And there you go. I don't know about you, but that was a pretty solid hit. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let me go down here. Let me, no more movie magic, guys. Like I said, we're going to walk down. I'm going to get it and bring him back up here. Hang on. By the way, you heard every shot but one actually hit. One of them ricocheted. And I want to show you. Oh, golly, guys. Now, I got to tell you, this Scully is a little different than the last one. This one is done at 60% infill, which means it's denser. But as you can see, bam, 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 and then we had a ricochet. That is nasty, guys. Holy cow. And remember, this is a non-lethal weapon. So this hits you, I don't care where it hits you, it's going to stop you. Or at very least, it's going to deter you and think, gee, I wonder if I ought to be doing this. You add Pepperball to the mix, this becomes a very, very, very good deterrent. So, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I have 6 more rounds in there. I'm going to put Scully up back down there. I'm going to flip him around so we get a nice clean side, and let's see what it does. You know, it's funny. As I'm doing this, it's very tempting to pull the Byrna out and just go to town, but the Byrna is loaded with Pepperball rounds, and they're not cheap, and I didn't want to waste them, so I didn't do that. All right. So, remember, this is charged, so you want to be real careful. All right, we're going to release the magazine. We push that up and slide it. Push the mag out. There's your old one. And let's take our new one and push the mag in. Push this down. Now it's locked into place. Now you are ready to fire already. There's nothing else you have to do because it's already charged. All right, I'm going to back up behind here, put on some eye protection, and let's take a shot at Scully. Out of rounds. But for those of you counting, that was 6 for 6 from way back over there. So let me go get them. Let's see what Scully's got on him here. Hang on. Jeez. All right, guys. So remember, this is 12 rounds through her. Look at that. Lodged ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No matter how you count, that's accurate. Very accurate. All right, guys, so I tell you what, let me get repositioned in the other room. We might actually be able to use Scully for the next test. He did pretty well, even though he took a beating. But let me reposition, and we'll talk about this weapon. I'll let you know what I think. Be right back. Well, guys, look, I don't care how you slice it. If it performs as well as the other weapon, and it does, it actually performs as well as the last one we did. The accuracy, I noticed that it was a little bit off. You tended to have to aim a tiny bit to the right. Not a lot, but a tiny bit to the right to hit your target every time. But once you had that dialed in, you were dead on every single shot. You could hit it anytime you pull the trigger, you're going to hit the target. That's pretty cool. And one thing about it that I noticed is the sights are not adjustable. Now, if you mounted a laser sight to the railing up here, you would definitely be able to get better use out of it with that laser sight, which would be kind of cool. But overall, man, that is a stellar weapon. And they're cheap. Once again, another great weapon for inexpensive, but the best looking one of all of them. Definitely. Well, guys, I will throw links to all these down there in the description for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been tuning into our podcasts, we are going to pick out some more winners for this next podcast on Tuesday at 7. Don't miss it. It's going to be very, very good. And who knows, man, Paul and I have this horrible habit of throwing prizes in the mix. So who knows what'll show up next. Have a fantastic week, guys. Be safe out there. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.